Back inside the Minot State Dome as warm-ups here wrap up for game number 2. The Wilton Wing Miners to take on the Kenmare Honkers in our second quarterfinal. The winner to get Grafton coming up in our first semifinal tomorrow night. Back with Kiera Johnson, I'm Dom Izzo as we get set for, I think, a really entertaining game. At least on paper, I look at it outside of our night session. This is the one I think could be a toss-up. We just really don't know what to expect.
Yeah, they're just very balanced teams and both led by sophomores, young kids. So I'm really looking forward to this one as well.
A Ryan Family Dealership matchup between these two teams. Points per game is dead even. I mean, you look at it, it's almost like looking in the mirror here.
That's what I said when I first saw these stats. I'm like, wow, these teams are very balanced and they match up very well against each other. I like this when this happens at a state tournament, when you can have two teams that really kind of mirror each other.
When you look at that, what stands out is maybe something that's going to have to set themselves apart to win this game today?
Well, both teams play pretty good defense, and they can hold them under, whichever team can hold someone under 50 points. I think you have a chance to win, but there's not a whole lot. It looks like Kenmare rebounds a little bit better than Wilton Wing, but they're almost mirror images of each other. That's
our Ryan Family Dealership matchup page here between these two teams, combined for 2 losses, and one team has both of them. That's the Wilton Wing Miners. So look at our players to watch. We talked about Haley Quam in the pregame. Those numbers are just eye-popping. Double-double, 29 points, 14 rebounds a game, and 3 steals per game, and she's a sophomore.
Right, she went over the 1,000-point mark as a sophomore. Just a fantastic athlete, and I'm excited for the people across the state to see her.
A fellow sophomore on the other side for Kenmare is Bretta Struckman, who's had a great season for the Honkers. She comes in averaging 19 points a game for the 5'10 sophomore.
And just is really key to the inside-out game. She's their inside to their out, and has really been dominant in the post play.
How big a deal is this if they try to shut down Quam, that they can't let somebody else go off for Wilton Wing?
That's definitely a key, because Calista Shook, 13 points a game. Kiera Johnson averages 11 points a game. Kesley Backman averages 8 points a game. So definitely players that can put the ball in the hoop.
Those are our players to watch here for this second quarterfinal game between the Honkers and the Miners. Kenmare here, as we mentioned, the champions of Region 8, knocking out Newtown. Wilton Wing with a win over Center Stanton. They got here to win the Region 5 championship. And they had a chance, obviously, to come out earlier. As you can see, there's the sneakers we were talking about. Now says for Carol and for Dave. And I don't know how that manifests itself here tonight. We have no idea, right?
Well, I think, when things like that happen, the emotions just kind of keep running. You keep running strong, and after the tournament, it's kind of when things kind of really sink in. But right now, they're playing on those emotions.
And that's something, it's almost adrenaline, isn't it?
Yes, 100%, yes.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out for this minor team that I can't even imagine last Thursday hearing that news, and then for Coach Jenkins to go out and coach and deliver the win. And we mentioned 1977 was the last time that they were at the state tournament.
Yep,
and that's generations of families that have gone and seen this team play.
Like these girls' parents, I don't think were even alive maybe back in 1977. So it's very exciting for both the Wilton and Wing communities.
This co-op was formed in 2009. They never have made the state tournament, so the emotion there when they won last Thursday, you could tell when they stormed the floor. That was a different kind, much like we saw with Glenburn in the first game.
Yeah, like you say, none of these kids or their parents probably even remember 1977. And back then, I don't know that the tournament was televised or was that big a deal even as it is now. It's what it's become. So they're very proud and can be very proud of representing their communities.
This Honker team, as we mentioned earlier, unbeaten in 2021. Their 2 toughest games came, obviously, the region championship game. Before that, it was the Glenburn game where they won by 1 point. And you got to imagine that's right in Mike Zimmer's back pocket to say, okay, we've got that experience, and certainly if it gets to a tight game here later today.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's shared that with them. He's coached these girls up for a long time, and I was watching a interview with him, and he's like, we quit talking about boys, quit talking about the phones, we're focused on basketball. And that's what's got him here to this tournament.
I asked him that on Tuesday. He was on my show. I said, well, you had the Herb Brooks kind of speech ready for pregame. He says, actually, I was thinking about putting Frozen on. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah,
and that's right to the point of what you're talking about. Just let it go and let's have some fun here today. And I'm interested to see how they come out and play.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, a longtime ref and been coaching here for a couple years. Wanted to coach his girls, and we saw Rob Scher last year.
Yeah.
Got to coach his daughter to a state championship, and Coach Zimmer is hoping to do the same thing.
He's got one of the best nerd stats around. He played in the State B, he refed at the State B, and now he's going to coach at the State B basketball tournament. That's pretty good stuff for the head coach of the Honkers, who, as Lynette mentioned, will coach two of his daughters out there that'll be playing for Kenmare today against a Wilton Wing team that's hoping they can keep their magical ride going on to the state semifinals. Nice crowd is filled in here to the Minot State Dome for game number 2. It's time now to introduce you to the North Dakota Crop Improvement and Seed Association's starting lineups.
Good afternoon and welcome to the North Dakota High School Activities Association State Class B Girls Basketball Tournament. The North Dakota High School Activities Association and its premier partner, Farmers Union Insurance, and supporting sponsor, Vision Zero, remind each of you that this athletic contest is played under the observance of North Dakota High School Activities behavior expectations by all those in attendance. Good sportsmanship is vital at all levels of athletics. We ask that you exhibit good sportsmanship at all times. The North Dakota High School Activities Association sponsors statewide events in athletics, music, and speech. High School Activities believes that all high school activities provide lessons for life, including the lessons of treating everyone with respect and with the pledge of good sportsmanship. We hope that you enjoy the event and let your good sportsmanship show. Officials for this game are registered with High School Activities and have been selected for their demonstrated abilities. Officials for this contest are from Velva, Brent Egebretson, from Thompson, Brady Schwab, and from Minot, Whitney Aberly. And now let's meet the non-starters and team personnel. For the visitors on the scoreboard, the Region 5 champion, Wilton Wing Miners. Non-starters, number 1, Macy Philippek. Number 3, Jordan Thorson. Number 10, McKenna Fisher. Number 20, Hannah Fisher. Number 21, Austin Schaefer. Number 22, Tori Herken. Number 23, Kinley Wolf. Number 24, Tabby Erkin. Number 40, Taryn Schermheimer. And number 44, Justice Bowes. Assistant coach, Trevor Yetterbo. Statisticians, Mona Took, McKenna Fisher, Kelly Vollmer, Gretchen Racine, Taylor Cleveland, Lauren Koski, Taylor Berquist, and Brandon Jenkins. The non-starters for the home team on the scoreboard, the Kenmare Honkers. Number 1, Ava Groseth. Number 3, Alexia Holter. Number 4, Maria Crest. Number 10, Madison Malee. Number 13, Alexa Vardy. Number 14, Maché Miller. Number 15, Brooklyn Rodee. Number 20, Amber Howe. Number 24, Mackenzie Lotvet. And number 25, Lilibet Santizo. Assistant coach for Kenmare, Tim Wallstrom and Mike Pugh. Statisticians, Carly Winsenberg and Carly Quintana. And now your starters for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Wilton Wing Miners. A 5'10" sophomore, number 12, Haley Kwa. A 5'6" senior, number 15, Kiera Johnson. A 5'6" senior, number 32, Jordan Took. A 5'9" sophomore, number 33, Calissa Shook. And a 5'10" junior, number 34, Kesley Bachman. The Miners head coach is Lisa Jenkins. And now the home team on the scoreboard, the Kenmare Honkers. A 5'6" senior, number 2, Sierra Scott. A 5'7" sophomore, number 5, Kate Zimmer. A 5'10" sophomore, number 21, Bretta Struckman. A 5'6" senior, number 22, Logan Redding. And a 5'6" senior, number 23, Morgan Zimmer. The Honkers are coached by Mr. Mike Zimmer. Are the Miners fans ready? Are the Honkers fans ready?
North Dakota Crop Improvement and Seed Association starting lineups. Good crowd, good energy in here, and you're turning on your TV again. It's not a repeat of the first game with the same color scheme by that. Glenburn and Kenmare both have the same color schemes of our first game with purple, maroon, and gold. As Mike Zimmer gives some last-minute instructions here to his team. The number 3 seed in this tournament, a mark of 24-0. A date with the Grafton Spoilers awaits tomorrow night. Tip-off brought to you by Broadband Association of North Dakota. Glad you're joining us wherever you're watching. Quarterfinal number 2 here on this opening day of the State B. And here we go. Wilton Wing in the purple jerseys and Kenmare in the white. Sierra Scar out of bounds there, and a turnover to start things.
And when you're on a new floor, you don't necessarily know where all the lines are, but Scar's going to be disappointed with herself when she rewatches this.
Kiera Johnson on it for the Miners. Drives around. That shot deflected down low, though. That's Struckman who uses that height and length down low. Kicked over to the corner. Scar off the mark there. Struckman almost got the rebound. It's going to be a held ball here, and possession arrow says it goes to Wilton Wing.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if this game is kind of indicative of the same, just like the last game where the teams start out a little bit slow. It's the first game of the state tournament. Some of those shots get a little long. A lot of adrenaline going.
Took, couldn't get that one through. Quam came up with a loose ball. Comes over to Kalissa Shook. Quam will take that one. Good. Right on cue.
Yeah.
Haley Quam starts things.
And that's the thing. She can beat you from the inside just with her athleticism, but then she can step out and hit a three-pointer as well.
She averages 29 a game. Scar looks inside. Struckman catches and scores. And the sophomores are off to a good start.
Yeah. And that's what you expect. Those are the two go-to players for these teams.
Minute and a half gone. We're just underway. A 3-2 Wilton Wing lead. Wait for the screen there with Shook. Gets it over. Took will drive. That's too strong. Rebound put back and a foul underneath. Trying to put up the rebound.
That's a good weak side rebound by Wilton Wing. And sometimes in these games when people are so evenly matched, those kind of intangibles, those offensive rebounds, free throw shooting, those are the things that make the difference in this kind of game.
This is Bachman at the line. Misses the first. Kelsey Bachman, 5'10" center, who's a junior. First substitutions of this game. Shea Miller has come into the game, who's an 8th grader. We'll tell her story in just a minute about what she did in the region championship game. 1 of 2 at the line. And it's a 4-2 game. Miller, the 8th grader, was the MVP of the region championship game. She had 21 points. Wow. That's a 3 that's off the mark there, and the loose ball rebound is picked up by Johnson. Now to Quam, cross-court pass. Shook, though, double dribbled, and the ball will go back over to the Honkers.
Yeah, sometimes refs don't call that when the player drops the ball, but that time it was called.
A little over 2 minutes gone in this first quarter. 4-2, Wilton Wing with the lead. On the drive, Kate Zimmer too strong there and able to draw a foul.
And I really like how Kate Zimmer plays. Again, just a sophomore, goes strong to the hole, but just really has control of the game. You can tell that she's a coach's daughter.
And picks up a foul on Quam as she hits the first. Just something to keep note of here, picking up a foul that early into the game. Mike Zimmer in his third year as head coach and has got Kenmare here to the state tournament, ending a decade-long drought. 1 of 2 at the line, and the score is 4-3. That's a corner 3 from Johnson, is off the mark. Long rebound, and Struckman got it stolen away, though. Quam read it perfectly and gets it to go.
That's a scorer's touch there. That's great athleticism, good anticipation by Quam.
She's got 5 of Wilton Wing's 6. Miller gives it over, but Struckman traveled there. And a turnover on Kenmare. We'll get a stoppage with 5:02 remaining first quarter. Wilton Wing out to an early 6-3 lead on Kenmare. The 2021 North Dakota Girls Class B Basketball Tournament is brought to you by North Dakota Farmers Union Insurance. Along with our great technical crew and Lynette Johnson, I'm Dom Izzo on day 1 of the Girls B, where Wilton Wing leads Kenmare 6-3 as we just played over 3 minutes here in this opening quarter. What do you make of the start so far from both teams?
Well, a little bit faster for obviously Wilton than you normally would maybe expect from a first-round game, but I think they're playing very confidently.
Pass inside, and that one too strong, but a foul as Backler went up with it. And she's going to go right back to the line.
I've been impressed with the Miners' just ability to attack and really very confident here in the first part of this first half.
Brooklyn has called for the foul. Her first. That's the second on Kenmare. Is back when it's the first. One of 2 at the line. Zimmer in trouble, gives that back. Zimmer goes right back in that area, kicks it out over the corner. Miller, that's a long 2 for the 8th grader, off the mark. Loose ball rebound is picked up by Took. Jordan Took driving right to the basket and scores.
Woo.
With a head of steam there, too.
Head of steam and just confidence, man. That was not an easy shot with the defender right on her side. Went up strong and made it. Great play, young lady.
6-point lead for Wilton Wing. They have come out of the gates here blazing so far. Inside, Struckman lost the handle of it, stripped away, and another turnover. Took, she plays really aggressive, right back again, short with that. Loose ball rebound. Backman had it out of bounds, last touch by the Hawkers, and it will stay with the Miners. Incidentally, 2 of my favorite nicknames going here against one another. This is really good. No offense to Cardinals or Tigers. You get the same ones. We got 2 different ones here.
Yep.
3 off the mark there. Rebound underneath on Quam. Can't get it. Had to be careful underneath there. Lynette almost got number 2.
That's one of those frustration plays there. She's lucky she didn't get called for that.
I thought the same thing. Madison Malin into the game. Number 10 for Kenmare. Got a 15 on the shot clock. Megan Zimmer picked up her dribble. Gives it back over. Goes inside. Struckman off glass for 2. They needed that. Just their second basket.
That's something that the Hunker fans have seen so many times this year, is that inside look from Miller into Struckman.
9-5 our score. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Shook leaves this back for Quam. Quam drives, rejected, and a foul called on the drive to the basket.
I think that might be number 2 on her.
I don't know if they got Struckman on that or not. We're going to time out here on the floor. 2:38 remaining first quarter. Wilton Wing with a 9-5 lead on Kenmare. Back here in Minot, Haley Quam wears that protective helmet to protect burns on her head. It was a freak accident at a hair salon involving chemical burns. She plays through the pain. The family is hoping it's not permanent damage, but that's why, Lynette, and you know, you've seen her play quite a few times this year. That's why she wears the helmet.
Yep, and I had heard something like that. You want to confirm that kind of information, but yeah, it is quite painful from what I'm understanding.
You see, she constantly has to adjust it, but no worse for wear because she's been tremendous this season. Hit the first and gets the second. She's got 7 of the Miners' 11. Reminder, our Lake Region State College halftime report is coming up. 11-5. Miners with the lead. They've looked sharp so far.
Yep. Yes, they have. They've have not missed a beat from their state or their regional championship game.
Struckman inside. Tried the up and under move. How about that move?
Woo.
Bretta Struckman's got 6 of Kenmare's 7. Going to their horse early on.
I just have gotten to see her play on a little bit of tape, so seeing her play live is even better.
2 minutes left first quarter. That pass trying to get to Quam is stolen away. Then it goes right back on the turnover. And it'll be Miner ball as they'll inbound underneath their own hoop.
Just like the first game, a very fast-paced, up-and-down game. Really shows how girls basketball has continued to evolve.
Quam got her own rebound off the miss. Hannah Fisher's checked into the game wearing number 20 for the first time, and a foul there. As Quam trying to get that down low to Scherhammer.
Nice pass. Got the foul there, but Quam had a nice pass on that weak side.
Foul was on Scar. That's her second. 4th team foul on Kenmare. Quam, stop and pop is good.
Well, she is as advertised, folks.
8 points in the first quarter. She's right on pace.
Yes, yes
which
she is.
She averages, which is startling to say. Nearly a steal there. Good look underneath. Miller kicks it out. Scar with a 3 is off the back iron. No. And the rebound pulled in there by Hannah Fisher.
And Kenmare just has not been able to hit from the outside.
Inside has worked for him, though. That's a deep 3 off the mark there. Rebound pulled down. That time from Megan Zimmer. Kicked over into the corner. Miller with it. Look at the nifty moves for the 8th grader there, huh? And then a foul on the reach-in.
On Quam.
It is.
That's a tough call. Looked like they're both going for the ball. She may have reached around her, though.
So Quam now with 2 fouls, and we're still in the first quarter. Now she'll have to come out of the game as Backman will check back into the lineup, and we'll see how long she'll sit.
That's a tough one because you don't want her to pick up her 3rd early on here in the second, but you can't keep her out of the game too long.
45 seconds remaining first quarter. 13-7 is our score. Zimmer leaves it. Struckman, no. Rebound, chased down. Boy, how about that?
That's a tackle.
Zimmer a little worse for wear after trying to get that rebound away from Scherhammer. Oof.
Oh.
37.6 remaining as Zimmer picks up her first. That's 5 team fouls, by the way, on Kenmare.
Right.
So nearing the bonus time, and we haven't got to the second quarter yet.
And right now, while Quam's on the bench, they really want to try to reach in right in front of us here. And now this first quarter kind of sets the tone of how the refs are going to call the game. And it's pretty evident they're going to call it close. And the team that adjusts is going to be the team that obviously will benefit from that.
That foul was on Rodine, her first, and that's it. The next foul will put Wilton Wing at the line for the remainder of the half. No fouls to give. That foul line shot from Johnson is good. Kiera Johnson knocks it down to make it a 15-7 lead. It's the largest lead of the day for the Miners. Shot clock is off. We're down to the final 8 of the quarter. Struckman inside. Good defense, and a foul is going to be called on Scherhammer.
Gosh, I really like how Struckman plays right there. Just goes up and gets the ball so strong. Again, just a sophomore. Taking the ball, taking charge for her team.
Scherhammer on the foul. Missing the first is Struckman. There's the third team foul on the Miners. One of 2 at the line. Strong's quarter for her, 7 of Kenmare's 8. 3 seconds remaining in the quarter. Johnson will block there by Zimmer right in front of us, and that'll do it for the first quarter. A strong one from Wilton Wing, led by one of the best players in the state, Haley Quam, with 9. At the end of 1, it's Wilton Wing 15, Kenmare 8. The second quarter is coming up. Back live here in Minot. A look at our North Dakota Farmers Union Insurance fan cam. Boy, the Wilton Wing crowd has been tremendous so far. Kenmare hoping for a lot more to cheer for in quarter 2. What do you make of synopsis there, that first quarter?
Well, Wilton just came out, no fear, and took it to Kenmare right now. Just really playing a very confident basketball.
Miner, our Touchstone Energy Cooperatives of North Dakota Player of the Game is coming up. We'll select that and wrap things up here. Still got 2 more games to come. Central Cass and Henniger Scranton will lead off the night session. We'll see the number 1 seed in this tournament coming up 6:30 tonight, statewide. Miller inside. Struckman gets it over, baseline shot. That goes good. That from Megan Zimmer. That's the first player other than Struckman to make a basket. And
they really need that outside presence to happen if they want to have a shot in this game.
Just underway, second quarter, 15-10 our score. Jordan Took, who has the ball right now, really impressed so far. How aggressive she plays. Johnson drives, rejected there. And Rodin comes out of the pile with it with the Honkers. Quam still sitting, by the way, as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, and I would sit her for a little bit. And if the Miners can keep that lead, I'd kind of keep her there just to protect her from that foul. But if Kenmare side's coming back like that.
Miller, the 8th grader, with a step back 3.
Might not be able to keep her on the bench too long. That was impressive, ladies and gentlemen.
She got hot in the second half of that region championship win over Trenton. Finished with 21. Loose ball here, and there she is on it. Miller will curve it back out. Leave it. Zimmer will try a 3. Off the mark there. Her sister with the rebound. Nice look to Struckman for the basket.
Looks like a different Kenmare team here coming out this second quarter.
Bretta Struckman's got 9. And all of a sudden we're tied up here at 15.
And Quam is coming in the game.
I was going to say it didn't take long. As Haley Quam will check back into the lineup now for Wilton Wing. So official game time, I'd say, Lynette, was about 3.5 minutes that she sat.
Yeah, and I mean, you can look at the score and see the difference that she makes out on that floor.
15 all. Minute and a half gone. Second quarter. Pull-up jumper. That one short. Rebound, pull down. And Struckman looking behind her. She leads the break. That one too tall for Zimmer. And that's going to be an over and back violation on Kenmare.
You see the look on Coach Zimmer's face. He's just, oh, man, we had it going. We're rolling. We had a chance to take the lead. And then just the unforced error.
Kenmare has trailed throughout this game.
On a 8-0 run here.
It's rare sometimes when our players to watch work out, but it's perfectly worked out so far. Each of them have 9 points to lead their teams. That's a 3. Off the mark that time from Shook. Rebound Kenmare. Zimmer up with it. Going away there, the rebound, and here comes Wilton Wing. Another one from Shook. That one in and out, no. Rebound underneath. And the Hawkers come out of there. Madison Malin gives it over. And Zimmer will set it up. Taking instruction from her dad. Miller working on Took right there. Trying to get inside to Struckman. Fights for it. Rolls over with it. Held ball call. And possession says it's going to Wilton Wing. We got a timeout here on the floor. 5:15 remaining. First half. Been a good one so far. We're tied up at 15. Back here at the Minot State Dome. Tie game at 15 with 5:15 remaining. Second quarter so far. The Miners, Lynette, only shooting 26% from the field. Meanwhile, Kenmare, 6 of 12.
And the difference really is the turnovers. Kenmare has 8 turnovers.
Yep.
Otherwise, it could be a Kenmare lead here.
Winner of this gets the Grafton Spoilers tomorrow night in our first semifinal. Took, picks up her dribble, leaves it. Shook will try it. Off the mark there. Rebound pulled down by Madison Malin.
And you know that she can make that shot, but she just has not been on tonight.
Majority of the players out here for Kenmare look sophomore, 8th grader.
Yeah, you talk about longevity of the state tournament. Man. This team has an opportunity to be a team that's here 2-3 years.
Region 8 doesn't need me to remind them on that. Underneath there, Struckman, though, hit the backside of the rim. Miners are in transition. This is Quam underneath. Quam with 3 defenders around her, draws a foul, and she'll go to the line. That's exactly the kind of attention she gets.
And, that's what they need, Wilton needs to do. She has not scored in a long time. They haven't scored in a very long time. Get the ball to your playmaker.
Redding was called for the foul for Kenmare, her first, as she banks in. She'll get one more. Now up to 10 points on the night for the sophomore. As Lynette mentioned, went over 1,000 points earlier in her career this season. 1 of 2 at the line. The long rebound pulled down by Sierra Scar, who got 2 early fouls and had to sit. Nearly halfway through the second quarter, 16-15. Miller, step back. She likes that little step back shot, doesn't she?
She's very good at it as well. Didn't connect there, but definitely skilled in her ball handling ability.
Already hit a 3 like that earlier in the game. Inside.
Those Scars got to be careful.
Took. Catch and scores down low for Jordan Took. She's got 4 in the first half.
I've been really impressed with her aggression here early in this game.
Playing with a big knee brace there on her right leg. Kicked over. Zimmer leaves us back from Mache Miller. Over, corner, 3. Off the mark that time from Scar. And another rebound to Shook. 18-15. Wilton Wing with the lead. 3:18 remaining first half. Shook with this. Quam drives, kicks it over. Johnson will try a 3. That's way short. Loose ball underneath, off the Miners. It'll be Kenmare basketball as Rodin comes back into the lineup for Kenmare.
Good position by Backman, but just the ball went right off her fingertips. Those are so frustrating.
Zimmer lost the handle on it. Turnover, and another one. The 9th turnover of the first half for Kenmare. 2:50 remaining first half. Wilton Wing leads this game 18-15. Back here in Minot, 2:50 remaining. First half of an 18-15 Wilton Wing lead. You look at Kelsey Backman, who's one of their starters. Took a shot earlier before we went to break. See, she's feeling it there on the sideline there, Lynette.
Yeah, it looked like maybe an elbow to the chest area. On the other side, right when we went to break, Coach Zimmer met his daughter at half court and is like, hey, we need you to make better decisions than that, than to dribble into the baseline and lose the ball out of bounds. So some friendly father-daughter conversation.
I say dad is gone at that point, right? That's coach.
He's coach. He's coach.
Zimmer tries to steal it away from Quam. She's still got it, and a traveling violation is called. Mike Zimmer all the way out on the floor there to think they were going to get a timeout called. She was trying to signal for it.
Those are always tough.
Possession arrow belongs here to Wilton Wing after the turnover. Inside, Quam with 2 down there and scores.
I mean, they got to get in front of her if they're going to try to stop her. Once she gets the ball at the block, she just is a great jumper, and they're not going to be able to block that shot. So Kenmare's got to do a better job of denying that flash across the low block.
Inside, Struckman off glass, no. And the rebound comes to Took. Quam up to 12 points for Wilton Wing. Drive by Johnson to the basket. And here's a 7-0 run for the Miners after Kenmare had a 7-0 run.
And Kiera Johnson, just that steady player for them, averages 11 points a game, and they've just been really under control this whole game.
22-15. Struckman off the mark. Miner fans wanted to travel there.
Well, I think that was a nice move. She just, her legs might be getting a little tired here. The last couple shots have been short. And Zimmer does a better job that time of denying that cut across.
Timeout was called by Wilton Wing. With a minute 23 remaining in the first half. Lisa Jenkins' team up by 7.
And called that timeout to get Quam out of the game. She saw her pushing and shoving, trying to get across. Quam has 2 fouls.
Yeah, good call.
Minute 23 left in the game, or the half. Get her out of there so she doesn't get her 3rd foul when she's tired.
Entertaining first half it has been here.
Yeah, a little bit of game of runs.
10 turnovers, as I know what Mike Zimmer is going to tell me when they come back out for the start of the second half. He's going to see that in the box score and just not be thrilled about that.
And, you know, the credit to the Miners for playing pretty good defense, but some of those turnovers have been just unforced,
right.
And those are the ones that just are so frustrating as a coach.
Tough spot to inbound the ball here for Wilton Wing as they get in with a minute 23 remaining in the first half. Took 4 points in the first half for her. Austin Shaper is checking to the game, number 21 for the first time. Shook knocks that one down. Calissa Shook had taken a couple of them and now knocks the 3, and the lead is 10.
Yeah, that was her 4th shot at that. So 25%, you're going to hit one of them. I love that mentality, man. She knows that's her shot, and she didn't quit shooting.
Largest lead of the game now for the Miners at 10, at 25-15. They go inside. Kicked it back out. Zimmer trying to save that. Out of bounds.
It's another one of those
another
unforced.
turnover. Boy, these last 40 seconds may seem really big later in this game of how this plays out. About a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Took goes inside. Good pass. Shook couldn't finish it though. Zimmer knocked out, and a timeout was called before the ball went out of bounds by Kenmare.
That was off Kenmare, I think.
It was. I thought so too. Right in front of us here. So with 23.3 remaining in the first half, the shot clock turned off as Kenmare will likely hold for the final shot. Since we had that media break, Lynette, with 5:15 left, the Honkers have not scored here in almost 5 full minutes.
Well, just, again, a game of almost droughts. There was a few minutes when Wilton Wing did not score, and Kenmare was able to tie it up. And now the opposite has happened, just a game of streaks. But this is a huge possession. Again, without that timeout, it would have been the Miners' ball. Kenmare has it with 23 seconds left. The opportunity to cut it to 8 or maybe even 7. That'd be this is a huge possession for them.
23.3 remaining in the first half. 25-15, Wilton Wing with the lead. Kenmare with the ball. And the shot clock turned off. Rodin leaves this. Zimmer over to Scar. Taken away there, read perfectly by Cook. Can she beat the horn? Will it count? They say no. They wave it off.
I think that's the correct call. I was watching.
It was close.
It was close. But the ref from the back of the backcourt was able to call it.
Let's get another look. It has to get out of her hands before the backboard lit up. And it does not look like it did. They're going to come over and take an official look at this. To look at it, if Took could get the shot off before the horn went off. And they're going to say no. They wave it off. So it looked right there as the conclusive proof that you needed to see. But the ball didn't get out of Jordan Took's hands before the light on the backboard lit up. But a strong first half. They held Kenmare without a point for the final 5:15 of the first half. As we welcome in Wilton Wing head coach Lisa Jenkins. I'll start right with there. Kenmare didn't score for the last 5 minutes of the first half. Your thoughts on your team's defense?
Going to be a low-scoring game. They're going to do a good job, but we're just, all our kids, even our benches came off the floor. They've just done a heck of a job for us. We're just getting after it. I couldn't be prouder.
Tell me,
21 got some easy buckets. I shouldn't say easy buckets. She earned them, but that's what she does. You know, we just got to make sure we remain physical on her.
Describe Haley's play in the first half for you.
She does what she does. I mean, I'm not, you know, she comes and plays in the big game. The kid's never nervous. She just battles the whole time. We got her in a little bit of foul trouble. We gave her some rest, and then she was able to come in and make sure she didn't pick up that third. But, you know, and she's a great player, and we got good kids around her, but that's what Haley does.
What do you tell your team here at halftime?
Keep up the intensity on defense. We go play for 32 minutes, right? The game's not over. They're going to make this a game of runs. They're going to come back and make some runs, make some adjustments, but we got to continue intensity on defense.
Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Don.
Lisa Jenkins, head coach at Wilton Wing. Her team is up by 10 in this second quarterfinal. It's 25-15. Wilton Wing with the lead on Kenmare. Live coverage of the 2021 North Dakota Girls Class B basketball tournament continues right after this.
This is the Lake Region State College Halftime Report.
Halftime of game number 2 of 4, where the Wilton Wing Miners, the champions out of Region 5, with a 25-15 lead over the champions out of Region 8, the Kenmare Honkers. Kenmare held without a basket for the last 5 minutes and 15 seconds in the first half. A tie game actually goes longer than that. It was 15-all with 6:23 left in the first half. Mike Zimmer's not going to be thrilled about that at halftime. We'll talk to him in just a few minutes. Here's a look at our tournament bracket. If you're just joining us, earlier today, the Grafton Spoilers cruised to a 65-33 win over the Glenburn Panthers. Lynette, they looked every part of the number 2 seed, and they played like it this afternoon.
They definitely did. They came in and started out a little bit slow, but once that second quarter hit, it was all Grafton.
Section coming up later is Central Cass and Henninger Scranton, and it'll be followed by Langdon area, Edmore Munich, and Carrington to wrap up the day. We're at halftime in Game 2. Wilton Wing leads it by 10. We're back to Minot right after this.
You've been watching the Lake Region State College Halftime Report.
Look at our first half highlights of this one, which started off. Each team was trading baskets early on.
Yeah. Haley Qualm, just like Coach Jenkins said, doing what she does, both on the offensive end there and defensively, just really leading her team. 18-15, Wilton Wing late in the first half, as we talked about before we went to break.
But the Honkers just really struggled there without a basket for the final over 6 minutes of the first half. Kenmare head coach Mike Zimmer good enough to give us a few minutes. I'll start right there. I'm assuming, how did you address your team without scoring a point for those last 6 minutes?
Well, we talked about a couple other games that we've been in this year where we were down double figures and came back and won, so we try to be positive. I didn't realize we didn't score the last 6 minutes, so I knew we didn't have a very good half offensively. I'm expecting us to play better the second half.
What did you talk to your team specifically about there at halftime, Coach?
Well, we're going to adjust our defense a little bit, and then we're going to just try to be more patient on offense. I think we're shooting hard shots when we don't have to.
How do you stop Haley Quam? Is there any way to stop Haley Quam?
Well, you know, we just try to keep her in front of us. So
appreciate the time, Coach.
Yep.
Good luck in the second half. Mike Zimmer, head coach there of the Kenmare Honkers. A look at our North Dakota Certified State Seed halftime stats. I guess I didn't need to remind them that they didn't score, but that's the obvious there, Lynette, when you look at the stats here.
Yeah, I think the big thing is the turnover piece. You know, Kenmare with 12 turnovers, many of those unforced turnovers. And, you know, this crew for a team that's undefeated, that, you know, uncharacteristic of them. But again, as Coach Zimmer said, they have been down double digits before. That's got to give them confidence to know that they can come back from this deficit.
Those are North Dakota Certified Seed halftime stats. When you're in a rut like that offensively, what do you need to do just to get out of it? What do you need possession-wise?
Well, I think, like you said, slow it down a little bit, pass the ball, try to get the best shot possible, don't force anything, and then maybe have your defense lead to your offense. Try to get a steal and some fast break, easy points.
16 minutes separates one of these teams from the semifinals. Quam had the loose ball rebound out of bounds, and it goes over to Kenmare. You just also think, by the way, if that basket would have counted there by Took at the end, now that's a 12-point lead going in, and that's even more momentum.
I mean, and it was just a fraction of a second difference, but a good call nonetheless.
Zimmer gives us to Scar, back to Zimmer in the corner. See if Kate Zimmer can get going in the second half. Scar has pass tip, finds Zimmer, down to 10 on the shot clock, drives, Struckman with it, drives, baseline jumper, too strong there, and the rebound picked up by Took. This is every time she has the ball, she does the same thing. She goes hard to the basket. You gotta love that.
My dad would say road gear. You're just going fast.
Took up and under, rejected by the backboard, loose ball, and possession arrow says it's going to Kenmare.
That was a lot of aggressive play down there. Miller on the ground with the ball. Took, tied her up.
Honkers, as Lynette mentioned, undefeated. They come into this game a mark of 24-0. They have beaten everybody. That unbeaten mark, and obviously a bigger thing, a spot in the state semifinals at stake. Scar gives this. Miller back into the game, the 8th grader who gave them a little bit of juice here. Struckman, no, and the rebound pulled down that time by Shook.
Yeah, as we add up the time now, it's almost 8 minutes since they've scored. And as that goes on, it kind of wears on you.
I was going to say, it just mentally it's got to. As Quam misses the 3, Zimmer the rebound. Zimmer a deep 3, way short with that. And Shook comes out of the pile with it for the Miners. Took, gives us inside. Quam, good pass. Good to see Backman, by the way, back out there. She's got it here. Gives it to Shook. Down to 13 on the shot clock. Inside, Quam, triple teamed. That pass gets away from Took, out of bounds, and a turnover on the Miners.
Yeah, a couple passes by Quam. She's been double teamed, triple teamed, and trying to get that pass back out to the wing. She's had an errant pass and caused the Kenmare defense has caused turnovers the last couple times.
Timeout taken here by Mike Zimmer. We'll take it with him. 5:35 remaining, third quarter. It's a 25-15 Wilton Wing lead. A look at our Farmers Union Insurance fan cam. We mentioned earlier with the Glenburn game, as soon as the doors were allowed to open for game 2, the Wilton fans made no hesitation to get in here. But when you've waited 44 years.
Yep.
It's enough.
Yep, they're fired up and ready, and they're right behind us, and we can hear them loud.
Inside, knocked away. Struckman got it back. Just to reiterate here, Hawkers have not scored since the 6:23 mark of the first half. As this is a steal. Quam coast to coast for the win.
I mean, she had players ahead of her on defense, and she just went past all of them. I mean, she's 5'10", and she can jump, but she's also got speed.
She's also got 14 points in this game, half of the minor output, and the lead is 12. The basket's got to seem like a thimble right now for Kenmare. Struckman, no. Rebound, picked up out of there by Took. And again, same thing. Every time she gets the rebound, it's head up. Let's go.
Let's go, yep.
4.5 remaining. Third quarter. Johnson with it. Guarded there. Drives, kicks it over. Took. Tough shot there, short with that. Rebound underneath. Stolen away. Quam from the baseline. No, couldn't get it. Another rebound underneath. Struckman had it. Taken away from her. Shook with it and scores. 3 offensive rebounds.
That's so tough. That just kills a coach there when you have 3 opportunities. You get him to miss once, but then you give him 2 other shots at it. But great effort by the Miners on that.
29-15. 3:50 remaining in the third. Struckman down low. Finally ends the drought. That's the first basket since 6 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half.
That's like 9.5 minute break. It's just tough to win games when you have that kind of drought.
Took, rejected there. Struckman got that one. Zimmer in transition. Quam back, tipped that one away. Nicely done by Johnson to try and save it out of bounds off the Miners.
Nice job by Quam not to pick up a foul. I mean, just use her athleticism, gave that arm's length distance, and tipped the ball away.
I was going to say, though, Lynette, she's also stayed out of foul trouble since she got that second foul early in the first quarter.
Yep, and it's plays like that that have allowed her to stay in this basketball game. And, again, her team needs her in this game.
Zimmer leaves it back. Miller banks it in. The 8th grader. She got hot in the second half of the region championship. Can she do it here?
Now it's only a 9-point game for as long as they didn't score. They're still in this game. That's got to give them a little bit of confidence.
I was going to say, right? Quam picks up her dribble. And a traveling violation, though, on the Miners. And the Hawkers with a little momentum here as we take a break. 2:54 remaining, third quarter. Wilton Wing leads this game by 9. Coming up, we'll select the Cass Clay play of the game. That's coming up when we wrap things up here in quarterfinal number 2. I had this sent to me earlier during the game about Haley Quam and her ability. Wilton Wing went up against Dickinson Trinity, which is always a top program. They have a Division I player, Abby Kubas, who's going to go play basketball at North Dakota State next year. They balled out against one another. Quam ended up getting the better half that day.
She's just been as good as advertised.
2.5 remaining, third quarter. Scar off the mark there, out of bounds, and it's going to go back over to the Miners. I was just going to say before that shot how big a possession or possessions this is for Kenmare to end the third.
And Coach Zimmer's expression, you can see that he's frustrated with the that shot there. He knew how important that was, and hoping to maybe go down only down 7 or 6 with that one, and really kind of energize this crowd.
Like you mentioned, to go that long without points and then still be in the game.
Exactly. They have to feel good about their chances still. Again, almost 9.5 minutes without a point.
Tough shot there down low from Took. Another offensive rebound as Scherhammer came out of there for the Miners. And a foul underneath, away from the ball.
And Megan Zimmer is really working hard to try to deny Quam that cut across, but that time just held her a little bit.
That's the first foul of either team here in the second half. Comes with a minute 59 remaining in the third. Megan Zimmer called for the foul. Tough shot there. Short with that. And Johnson will go to the line for two.
You know, we've talked quite a bit about Quam, but Johnson's another young lady that's been real impressive. Just real steady. You know, doesn't get too high or too low, it looks like, and just really consistent force for her team.
Kate Zimmer called for the foul. That's her second team foul. Can't get the bounce on the second. The lead is 10. Minute 52 remaining, third quarter. Maybe it's something with Region 5 in this building. They did it in 2018. Good backdoor pass there. And Zimmer and the foul.
That is the third on Quam.
Haley Quam whistled for her third.
And he saw Lisa Jenkins look up at the clock, see how much time is left, and do you leave her in here?
What would you do, Coach?
Maybe after this possession, try to get her out for just a few seconds so she doesn't get that fourth one going
the remainder of the quarter. Look at that spin move, stop and pop off the mark there, and the rebound tracked out of the corner by Redding. Kind of in the coffin corner over there. Held ball, a possession arrow goes back to the Miners.
And it's plays like that where Quam was aggressive and went for the ball. Could very easily get called for a foul on something like that, so she just has to be real smart. You want to be aggressive, but you don't want to pick up that foul number 4.
She's got to be careful as well, playing with 3 with a minute 20 remaining, third quarter. Johnson drives, couldn't get it to go. Struckman the rebound. Kenmare with a chance to get this to a 5-point game. Miller nearly traveled there. Drives from the foul line. Short with that. Rebound. Struckman another one. Good look underneath. Kate Zimmer draws a foul from Johnson.
That's one.
Kenmare's energy is just gone way up.
100%. That one, as she watches back this tape, young Zimmer, don't put the ball on the ground. Turn around, go up straight. She put the ball on the ground and got herself actually underneath the basket. If she'd have just gone straight up, she may have had an opportunity to make that shot for a 3-point play.
Zimmer hits the first free throw. She's got 4 on the night. Struckman leads the way for Kenmare with 11. Quam with 14, and she sits here for the final minute.
Yep.
1 of 2 at the line. Loose ball rebound, out of bounds, and it stays with the Hawkers. Off of Took.
Opportunity to cut it to 5 or possibly 4, which is unbelievable considering the 9-minute drought that they had.
30-23. Wilton Wing with the lead. Winner to get Grafton tomorrow. Zimmer is trying to get it to Struckman. Now waits for a Struckman screen. Kicked over into the corner. Megan Zimmer drives up and under. How about that move from Megan Zimmer?
A little bit of flair there.
And all of a sudden the lead is 5. 30-25 with 25 seconds remaining.
Coach Zimmer is begging his crowd to come
up and under. They score on that basket underneath.
Wow, what a big shot.
Fisher off the bench to score her first 2. Wasn't sure if they were going to hold for the last shot, but they didn't. Zimmer, drive, kicks it out. Corner 3, yes! Knocked down by Rodin. And that will do it for the third quarter. How about that finish?
Got ourselves a game here, Dom.
Brooklyn Rodin with a 3. Woo. Let's go to the fourth quarter. It's Wilton Wing 32, Kenmare 28. The final 8 minutes coming up after this. The 2021 North Dakota Girls Class B Basketball Tournament is brought to you by North Dakota Farmers Union Insurance. Fourth quarter about to start. A look at our Ryan Family Dealership game reset. Possession arrow belongs to Kenmare. Team fouls, not even an issue right now, Lynette. Only 2 for each team.
Yeah, neither team has to worry about that. The only foul issue is Haley Quam with that 3. Now in the fourth quarter, she got obviously doesn't want to get that fourth one right away, but doesn't have to be quite as, can still be aggressive.
Fourth quarter underway. Kenmare with a bit of a spurt there to end. Good look underneath, and there's Zimmer. Kate Zimmer hitting up there with 5.
And with that possession arrow, able to get the quarter break, able to get 2 possessions in a row, and able to score 5 points out of those 2 possessions.
Kenmare has never led in this game. They're down 2. They went 9.5 minutes without a point. Inside, Quam gathers and is fouled.
And that's what you want to do if you're the Miners. You want to get the ball to your best player, and that's foul number 3 on Kate Zimmer. And that's someone that Coach Zimmer does not want to have in foul trouble.
So the 2 primary ball handlers here now each have 3 fouls. As Haley Quam is at the line now with 15 points on the night. Her state tournament debut for the sophomore. Unique view here courtside to see that. Hits them both. She averages 29. She's got 16. And Wilton Wing is up by 4. Trying to give Kenmare its first loss of the season. Struckman tried to get that inside. And a foul is going to be called on Took. They scrap for underneath.
Her initial reach for the ball was good, but she went after it again. That's where she committed that foul.
Each team now with 3 team fouls. That's the first on Took. Love Kate Zimmer saying, just get out of the way. Struckman, look at that move, and fouled. And who do they get here?
It looks like Bachman.
That is the case. Backman whistle for the foul. And Struckman to the line. Great first half. She's been quiet here in the second, just with 1 basket. And she gets the roll on the first.
But like you said, Kate Zimmer, there's someone on the weak side, and get out of there, get out of there. I'm going into Struckman.
Got them both. Sophomore Bretta Struckman cuts it back to a 2-point game. Hope you're enjoying this wherever you're watching here in our opening day of the Girls State B. We still got 2 more games to come tonight. Nearly stolen away by the 8th grader Miller. Now a tie-up. There it is. And possession arrow says it stays with Wilton Wing.
That was a tie-up and a takedown. Not intentional by any means, but just a momentum.
As Shook went down to the ground pretty hard there. And she'll do the inbounding. 20 left on the shot clock. Guam doing the same thing, trying to clear out. Drives, kicks it over. Took. 3, yes! Oh. Jordan Took with a 3.
I've been impressed with her, too. She's had some just real key shots throughout this game.
The lead is 5, 37-32. Inside, Zimmer scores. Good look underneath.
And that's from playing together for a very long time. Probably since they're, again, little kids, kindergarten, just knowing where each other are going to be on the court.
37-34. Took. Shook with a step-back 3. Way short with that. Backman gets the rebound, threw it up, and then was fouled. Looked like Redding underneath. Going to be whistled for the foul.
I've been impressed with Backman's offensive rebounding, and it's actually very hard because a couple of rebounds that she's gotten on the offensive end have not hit the rim. So to be able to be in position to grab those rebounds and now have a chance to extend the lead for her team.
Kelsey Backman at the line. Short with that one. A foul was on Redding, her second. Each team with 4 team fouls as we have 6:09 remaining in the fourth. It's been a really interesting game. We've had long droughts without anything and then some spurts from both teams.
Yeah, and, you know, now the fans are really into it on both sides. Each possession is so important coming down here to the wire.
38-34. Wilton Wing with the lead. Trying to knock out the 3 seed in this tournament. Struckman finds Zimmer. Trying to work off a screen. Zimmer drives with a left hand. Too strong. Struckman rebound. No. Got it back. And is fouled underneath. And that's with her height, she can do that.
Yep, she tried to put it back without coming down. Didn't have quite enough strength behind it. Able to regain it and play back.
Shook was called for the
Shook
foul.
got it, okay.
Her first 15 foul. And Struckman misses the first.
These free throws now are so key.
Brenna's mom, Becky, made state 1989 with this Kenmare Honker team. Most of them both. Rebound, pull down by Backman. 2.5 gone, fourth quarter, 38-34. Miners with the lead. They have led throughout in this game. That's going to be a turnover. Oh, I thought it was last touch. So did Michelle Miller and Mike Zimmer and most of Kenmare. That was right in front of us. I thought that was off Wilton Wing, but they say it'll be Miner ball out of the timeout. 5:27 remaining. Fourth quarter. Wilton Wing leads it by 4. Another look here as we come back live to Minot at this last play, which is not going to make anybody in Kenmare feel any better. That looked like it was off of Took.
Yeah, just looked like a tough angle for the ref maybe to see it, but yeah, see off for left hand.
5.5 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter, 38-34. Wilton Wing with the lead. Quam dribbled out of trouble. Shook. Yes! For the 3!
I gotta give credit to that young lady. She missed her first 3 3-pointers of the game, and she just continued to shoot, knowing that she had it in her.
Kalissa Shook with a big-time basket.
Shot.
The lead is 7. Just over 3 minutes gone in the fourth. Miller kicks it over to Scar. Inside to Struckman. Bachman, though, able to get in front of that. Couldn't save it, though. It'll stay with the Honkers. Down to 10 on the shot clock.
And Kenmare this half has done a lot better job of the cutting to the basket through the lane.
They do reset the shot clock. Sorry about that.
You know, just cutting to the lane. It's giving them a lot more open looks than it was during that drought that they had.
7-point lead. It was a 25-15 Wilton Wing lead at halftime. Struckman, that pass almost went out of bounds. Zimmer saved it, missed the 3. Quam the rebound. Really stripped away from her. They battle for it. Loose ball.
I don't know how it came out of there.
Comes to Shook. Johnson gets it ahead to Backman, who can't score. And the rebound. Struckman with it.
I'd have brought the house down for the Miners. Everybody was standing thinking that it was going in.
Zimmer stripped away. Timeout called by Kenmare. With 4:02 remaining in the fourth. 22 seconds on the shot clock. She knew she was in trouble there.
That's a priceless picture there. Being able to find the ref, and I know those timeouts are so important here in this fourth quarter. They have one left now.
I was going to say, now Kenmare, right on, only has one timeout remaining. They do have the possession arrow as we reset things here. Wilton Wing with 3 timeouts remaining. Fouls still not really a concern. 5 on Wilton Wing, 4 on Kenmare. So we still got plenty of fouls to give here.
Yeah, and that really hasn't been, other than, Quam and Zimmer with 3 each, it hasn't really been an issue all game. Both teams just playing hard, good defense.
This has been entertaining.
Yes, it has.
Miners had a chance to maybe put this game away. Couldn't do it. Kenmare got back into it. Got it to within 2. They have never led in this game. They're down 7. Struckman with a spin, but couldn't finish. Rebound and a held ball. And it'll stay with Kenmare.
And off that timeout, you want to get a score here because you use the timeout, something that's very valuable here at the end of the game. You want to get a shot and a score off that possession.
Struckman scores.
Nice. That was a really nice looking out of bounds play, and Struckman went to the basket.
She's
very
got
strong.
15 now. 41-36. Johnson, Quam, pull-up jumper, got it. How about that? Off the glass.
I love it. That's so many kids don't use the glass anymore, but when they do, it's so pretty.
It's a 7-point minor lead. 43-36. Miller way off the mark there. Quam the rebound. Gets out of the pile, and a timeout going to be taken by Lisa Jenkins and Wilton Wing. Here with 3:18 remaining as the Miner fans come to their feet.
And good sportsmanship by both teams, though. Both teams playing hard. Haley Quam hit the deck, and Kenmare girls come over, give her a hand up. And
here's another look at that shot when that off glass.
That's a thing of beauty. It's one of my favorite shots is that bank shot.
Her performance today, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Doing it with 3 fouls as well.
Yeah, and you know, typical of what we thought, and kind of people in the area that have seen her or know Haley Quam are kind of used to, but this is her chance to be on a statewide stage, and people are getting to see what kind of basketball player she truly is.
And playing in pain, too.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell the expression on her face right now,
not
having fun. 3:18 remaining, fourth quarter, 7-point Wilton Wing lead. The Grafton Spoilers await the winner of this one in our first semifinal tomorrow night. 3:10 remaining in the fourth. Shook gives this back over to Took. Quam nearly stripped away by Zimmer, out of bounds. It is off Quam. And the ball will be Kenmare's when we come back. We got 2:56 to go in the ball game. 43-36, Wilton Wing with the lead. The 2021 North Dakota Girls State B Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance. A look at our Ryan Family Dealership game reset. Possession arrow belongs to the Miners. Again, foul's still really not an issue. There's still plenty to give here.
And that could be actually detrimental at the end of the game.
Right.
If they want to try to, if Kenmare is trying to catch up and wants to
extend the game,
extend the game, yeah. But this is a huge possession. You have less than 3 minutes left in this game. Every possession counts. And yeah, for the Miners, the clock can't go fast enough. And for Kenmare, you just want to try to make every possession count.
Struckman leaves this for Scar. Miller now to Zimmer. Miller inside. Struckman and a foul there. That's the 16th foul, so that's it for Wilton Wing. Kenmare will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
You can definitely see what they're trying to do, though. Clearing out and getting Struckman to post up at the block and trying to get it in there to her.
Well, her and Backman are really going at it underneath the hoop. Scar saved that. Rodine with that big 3 to end the third. On it. Drives through the paint and scores!
Wow.
I don't know how she got the shot off.
I don't either, but I was wanting Kenmare to speed it up a little bit because, again...
Quam in trouble and a timeout taken there before she threw the pass. And now each team will have 1 timeout remaining. She's going to get another look at Brooklyn Rodine's drive and finish.
That was a huge shot because Kenmare was taking a lot of time on that possession to get a shot up. When you're down 7, you have to score, much quicker than that. But again, they came back on defense and almost caused a turnover. Coach Jenkins was able to get a timeout there and hopefully settle their team down a little bit.
All right, 1 timeout left for each team. What's Mike Zimmer talking to his team about right now?
Right now, try to get the ball back as quickly as possible. If we can double team, you can't let them run the shot clock down and only have a minute and a half left. Try to steal the ball. If you can't steal the ball, other than Zimmer, maybe try to get someone on the free throw line.
If you're Haley Quam, you know everybody's coming at you.
Right.
They get the ball to Johnson. Johnson drives, and then a foul before as Struckman gets in there. And she'll go to the line. The foul whistled on Miller. Struckman came in there and swatted it out. That's the 5th team foul on Kenmare. Big free throw there from Kiera Johnson.
Yeah, this young lady's really stepped up today. Again, just a quiet leader out there. Just kind of unassuming, but has been just so steady.
2 big free throws there. She's got 7 on the night. The lead is 7. 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. 45-38. Wilton Wing with the lead. Zimmer, a deep 3. In and out, no. Rebound, 2 teammates were fighting for it there. Took has it. And a held ball is going to be called, and possession says it goes to the Miners. Jordan Took was not going to let that basketball go.
No, she's so strong. And that's a tough shot for Zimmer. That ball looked like it was going in and just kind of rimmed out there.
.149 remaining in the 4th on the inbound. And that's a travel there on Shook.
Oh, that's frustrating for Coach Jenkins. He turned around and was like, oh my goodness.
Look to the sky there after that one. Kenmare with the ball. Down 7. Remember, each team with 1 timeout remaining. Zimmer gives that over. Rodin. Zimmer will try another 3. Way off the mark there. And Shook comes out of there with it. And then a foul as Zimmer went in hard. That's the 6th team foul now on Kenmare, so they're out of fouls to give. And by the way, for Kate Zimmer, that's her 4th.
That's her 4th, yeah. I might even take her out for this possession.
I was going to ask you
bring someone in and so she can foul for her, because you don't want her on the bench right here.
So each team is out of fouls to give. We shoot free throws the rest of the way. 90 seconds to go. Shook gives this back over to Quam. Quam kicks it out. Back to Shook.
And good discipline by the Miners. Had open shots, but not taking them.
That's a foul there on Rodin. And it'll be 1-1 now for Kiera Johnson at the line. What pressure here down the stretch.
Yeah, and that's the person you want. She's a 67% free throw shooter, the best free throw percentage on the team.
First one is good. She just made 2 free throws earlier.
Got a little smile out of her. You haven't seen a whole lot of emotion. Finally, a smile out of Kiera Johnson.
One more coming. Short with that. And the rebound to Rodin. The lead is 8. Kenmare's running out of time here. 1:10 to go. Struckman kicks it over. Scar with a 3. In and out, no. Loose ball rebound. Honkers got it back. Miller to Zimmer. They got to go here. Inside to Struckman. Lost a handle on it. It's a turnover. And it goes back over to Quam and the Miners. Quam ready to just eat some time off the clock. There's a foul called, and the Miner fans can start to sense it.
Yeah, they just these last few minutes here, you know, Kenmare's gotten some good shots. They just haven't fallen. And they're kind of some in and out shots, and it's unfortunate because they've had a great season, but it looks like, barring a miracle, the Miners are going to come away with this win.
1-1 for Quam. Got the first. 19 on the night for the electric sophomore. She's 1 rebound shy of a double-double in that, which would be right on her season average,
exactly,
by the way.
Yep. Just a fantastic player. Again, only a sophomore, so.
1 of 2 at the line. 47-38 the score. Honkers got to go here, down to the final 35. Zimmer gives that over to Scar. They're running out of time. Rodin blocked there by Shook. And of course, Johnson comes up with the ball. The shot clock is off. And listen to this Wilton Wing crowd. Quam and a timeout taken, the final one by Wilton Wing.
And the girls on the bench, the crowd, the coaches, they can feel it.
We talked about it before this game, this emotional roller coaster this team has been on, not only for the last 3 months, but the last 7 days.
Yeah. Just the loss that this team has had on a personal level with Coach Jenkins has really kind of spearheaded and driven them to a state semifinal game.
16 seconds remaining. Wilton wing up by 9. Miners are out of timeouts. Quam with the ball. Stolen away there by Zimmer. She'll bring it up, deflected away. Quam with almost another steal. Struckman gets that one to go. A little too late as the final seconds will tick away. The Miners will play on.
And you just know congratulations to the Miners, and you just feel for the Kenmare Honkers. Great season, tough way to end it, but lost to a very good Wilton wing Miners team.
Look at Lisa Jenkins saluting that crowd. As you mentioned, a great year for Kenmare. They'll move on to the consolation round. But right now it's about this minor team. 44 years between state tournament appearances, and now they'll move into the state semifinals tomorrow night.
Yeah, you got to feel good for the coach and the team and the things that they've been through, and played a heck of a defensive game to hold Kenmare to 40 points. Sometimes the shot doesn't go in for an extended period of time, but you can always play good defense, and they did that tonight.
Quam with 19, Johnson with 8, Shook with 8. How big were those 2 threes that she had as the game went along?
Yeah, and again, she was 3 of 12 from the field, so not something that she's going to write home about, but 2 huge shots that she made, and that shooter's mentality to not give up and don't get down on yourself, and she made big shots when they needed them.
This Wilton wing team will have a chance to play on tomorrow night. Head coach Lisa Jenkins is good enough to join us. Coach, congratulations. 44 years in the making for this win today. Describe your emotion.
I'm so dang proud of our kids. We knew they'd make a run. We talked about that at halftime. They're a well-coached team. I thought Kiera Johnson did a good job in their point guard. They made some adjustments, had her posted up, and we lost her sometimes. But free throws, we shot free throws really well, and that's what that is in the big games. But I'm so proud, and there's so much emotion running through me. Our goal was get this first one, get in the night game, see what happens, right?
Kalissa Shook had 2 monster threes. You talk about those 2 that finally went down for her?
Yeah, she's a shooter, right? And early in the season, she wouldn't have shot anymore. And when you're a shooter, you got, you got to have amnesia. Seems like all year long, she's hit some big shot for a downstretch. Plays with a lot of confidence for a sophomore, and it was a team effort tonight. Just an absolute team effort. Our bench did a good job, gave us good minutes.
Haley Quam, normal night for her. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. I mean, I know you see it every night, but for her to play like this today, can you describe her performance?
That's what she expects. She loves the big stage. She's not a kid that's nervous before the game. She plays really loose. Those stats don't surprise me. And teams they doubled her. She did a nice job at times kicking the ball out, finding the shooters. She's coming into her own where at the beginning of the year she probably would have forced some things. So just an amazing kid. It's a dream to coach a kid like that. Before
I let you go, what were the emotions like in the final seconds of this game?
Almost tears. Almost in tears. My family was behind me, and they're so excited. And we're going to watch some film tonight and enjoy this and savor this. Just so proud of my kids.
Congratulations, Lisa. We'll see you here tomorrow night.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Lisa Jenkins, head coach of the Wilton Wing Miners, a 47-40 win as they'll move on to the state semifinals and get a date with the Grafton Spoilers tomorrow night in our first semifinal. An emotional performance there, and there's just something about it when you get a team like this with something that's going on beyond the court, off the court. There's no way to quantify that.
No, and they're going to play against a real good Grafton Spoilers team, but this is a heck of a basketball team in their own right, and they've got, like I say, a lot of emotion behind them. They've got their town behind them, and it's going to be a good battle tomorrow.
Kiera Johnson is good enough to give us a few minutes. Just I asked Simply, what was it like the final seconds coming off the clock? What were your emotions like?
I was just super excited and making sure that we get the ball to the ball handlers so we can shoot free throws because we knew that they were going to foul.
You hit a couple big free throws down the stretch. How big was that to get you guys over the hump here today?
It was huge. Our coach always tells us free throws are very important, especially when it's a close game like this.
You've seen Haley obviously up close, but this is the state's first chance, Kiera, to see her play. What makes her so special?
Her defense and her work ethic, especially in practice, when she's always the hardest worker on the court.
How big a deal is this for your coach, for you guys to win today?
It was a huge deal, especially the losses and the things that we went through this year as a team. It definitely brought us closer together.
Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
That's Kiera Johnson. She finishes with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 of 6 down the stretch at the line. I don't think you can underestimate how big those free throws were down the stretch.
No, Haley Quam's going to get her points, and that's just what great players do. It's these other players that are on their team that are really stepping up in key moments, whether it's going hard to the basket, whether it's Shook hitting those threes or Johnson nailing his free throws. Just a real team effort.
We just saw a quick shot there of Mike Zimmer and his daughter Kate sitting next to him, not saying anything, and that's tough. Now, coach hat comes off and dad hat has to come on now.
Yeah, and if you look at their roster, they've got a couple seniors, but a lot of their players are still pretty young, so they're going to savor this. Maybe remember how this feels. We don't want this to happen again. What can we do to make sure that this doesn't happen to us again, and how do we get back to this spot next year?
And the tough part is it's their first loss of the season. They had not lost until right now. Haley Quam joins us after a 19.9 rebound effort. Congratulations. Tell us just the emotion. What was it like for you, the final seconds ticking away? What was going through your mind?
Oh, I was just so excited. We haven't been here in 44 years, and just to come back and win the first round just feels amazing.
Well, just describe that. You mentioned that 44 years. Was it nervous for your team early on, or did that go away once the game started?
It was definitely a little nerve-wracking to start, but as we started getting going, the nerves just kind of faded away, and we were just out here having fun tonight.
Tell me about Kiera Johnson, what she means to your team.
Oh, she's an amazing point guard. She's an even more amazing person. She's always been there for us, and it's going to be a hard loss next year.
Give me an early thought about Grafton. Have you thought about that yet, or is that to come when you get to the locker room?
That's definitely to cover when we get to the locker room, but we're just going to have to come out strong.
Describe what the last 7 days have been like for your team and for your coach.
It's definitely been an emotional roller coaster. She's always been here for us, and we just really needed to be here for her when she needed us most.
Congratulations on a great game. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Haley Quam, 19 points, 9 rebounds for the Miners, and they get a date, as you mentioned, with a really, really good Grafton team. I'm intrigued just off the top to see that matchup coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great matchup. It'll be interesting to see Walker Demers playing some defense. In this game, there wasn't someone that's 6'3" playing defense on Haley Quam. What's it going to look like when she has to go up against someone that's, has a definite height advantage?
Our Touchstone Energy Cooperative of North Dakota player of the game, no real surprise there. Number 12 was fantastic today. 6 of 11 from the field, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and did it playing with 3 fouls for a majority of the game.
Yeah, and she just went hard and played smart, when she got in that foul trouble. Just did a really nice job, and, I think the best compliment that Kiera Johnson could give her is that she's the hardest working player in practice or during the game, and that says a lot about her character.
If you missed it earlier, our Cass Clay play of the game comes from Quam, and I know this took your breath away here when she went coast to coast.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that there's defenders ahead of her, and she just speeds right past them and gets the layup.
2 of her 19, which earns Wilton Wing a spot in tomorrow night's semifinal against the Grafton Spoilers. 2 games are down. We still got 2 more to come. We'll see the number 1 seed Central Cass and Henninger Scranton coming up at 6:30, and then we'll wrap up our coverage with Langdon area, Edmore, Munich, and Carrington in the night session. 2 fun games this afternoon. Congratulations to Grafton and Wilton Wing. They're moving on to tomorrow night's semifinals. Take a break, everybody. Our news is coming up, and then come on back at 6:30 on day 1 of the girls' State B here from Minot. We'll see everybody later tonight.